Welcome back to Breakfast Television. As parents, we're always trying to teach our children about good habits, but inevitably there are bad ones we have to deal with, as well as celebrating the good ones. So our parenting expert, Gail Bell, is here to tell us a little bit more about this. It is January, you were saying, Gail?
That's right. So we just want to, again, support parents in saying, well, our theme for 2019 is presence.
Right.
So sometimes, as families, we fall into bad habits because we're not present.
Right.
And it just slides, you know, that old busy, get going. So it's really important because habits, or sometimes we call them, they move into routines or rituals, are just like a security blanket for children. It really, the research proves it makes them happy. So we can't make them happy, but we know routines in family and structure, and because think how little they control in their life.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
So a ritual or a habit of sitting down to dinner 4 times a week has shown that it eases anxiety and connects them, makes them feel like they belong. And their belonging is that special unit of their family, and for them it is special.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
So they're really
good habits.
important.
Okay.
Right.
Now, what about these bad habits, as you suggest? We sort of slid into them because we weren't really aware of what was going on.
Right.
So what do we need to do first? Sort of figure out what we've done wrong, I guess?
Well, yes. First, I would love to encourage parents to acknowledge what they're doing well.
Oh, okay.
Because when we coach our clients, we usually hear, and this is terrible, and my kids are doing this, and we say, whoa, stop beating yourself up.
Right.
You know, stop sometimes blaming or shaming yourself or your children.
Yes.
And say, what are we doing well as a family?
Okay.
That's a nice place to start.
That's a nice place to start.
It is a nice, because parents always have the best intentions.
Of course.
And then say, where have we slid? So maybe it's mornings.
Right.
So why are your mornings crazy? That's not a great way. You know, why all of a sudden are you eating with the television on?
Yeah.
So that's, you know, so look at what are you teaching through your actions to your children, because they are learning.
We just had this conversation in our house the other day. We said to ourselves, wait a second, how did it get to the point where we're getting these big treats every time we go to the grocery store?
Oh, well, there you go. You see, you've gotten into a bad habit.
We got into a bad habit. So I kind of had this little mini family meeting, and I said, you know what, guys? I don't like this. I don't think this is good. We're having too many treats. We just have to go to the grocery store. You don't need to be rewarded for that. This is life. This is what we're doing. So that is gone.
That's fantastic. So that's great. And it's not about freaking out in the moment.
Right.
It's about, whoa, we've slid here.
Right.
You know, so we as parents, we have to be careful. Again, what are we doing? So I was reading a fantastic new book called Raising Humans in a Digital World.
Oh.
And the author says, you know, we have to teach our kids how to use this incredibly useful tool.
Right.
So with little ones, sometimes and often, I have to tell you, one of the biggest habits we need to move as a family is to unplug.
Okay, yeah.
So the best place to start is dinner time in the car, right?
Yes.
But she said, if as the adults, and Julie talked about this last week, we are the boss.
Right.
We need to keep our kids healthy.
Yes.
And we need to teach them good habits.
Right.
Healthy habits make us healthier and happy.
Right.
So she said, when you're on your phone, talk to your kids under 12. Tell them what you're doing. It's grandma, I'm going to answer the phone. Or we're going to the zoo, I'm going to Google map this. Every time you pick your phone up when you're with your child, talk to them, tell you what you're doing. And maybe, not necessarily when you say for the 5th time, I'm looking at my emails again in a half an hour. That may make you more aware. Don't beat yourself up. To
just be a little bit aware of what
verbalize
you're
it,
doing
you realize what habits you're in.
Okay.
Just checking my Snapchat again, or my Instagram.
Yeah.
Again.
Again, all right. So just some awareness there is really useful.
Yeah, you've just fallen in a bad habit.
And so you can fix it. Gail, thank you so much for being here. Great advice as always.
Right.
We're going to go for a break here on Breakfast Television. When we come back, more news, weather, and traffic. Stay with us.